Somewhere in the Mediterranean, in the year 1200 BC, something happened. Not a war, not a plague, not a famine, something worse. In a single century, 5 of the most powerful civilizations on Earth simply stopped. The Mycenaean Greeks, the Hittite Empire, the Egyptian New Kingdom, Ugarit, Alashia, gone. All of them. Gone. We've found the ruins. We've found the bodies. We've found the letters. Frantic, desperate letters written in the last hours. But we have never found a single satisfying explanation. And the more you dig, the more unsettling it gets. Because whoever did this, they came from nowhere and went back to nowhere. Before the collapse, the Late Bronze Age was the most interconnected civilization the world had ever seen. Copper from Cyprus, tin from Afghanistan, grain from Egypt, gold from Nubia. These weren't separate empires. They were one system, a globalized world, 3,200 years ago. Historians found letters from Ugarit, one of the greatest trading ports in history, written in the months before it burned. A king writing to Egypt, begging for grain. There is death, there is plague, there is suffering. Another letter, never opened, still in the envelope when archaeologists found it 3,200 years later. The standard explanation? A mysterious group called the Sea Peoples invaded. They came from the sea, burned everything, and vanished. That's what they taught you. That's not what the evidence says. Because here's what no one can explain. How do you destroy 5 empires simultaneously? With what? From where? His name is lost to us, but we have his words. A scribe in Ugarit, writing what may be the last official correspondence the city ever sent, addresses the king of Alashia, Cyprus. He writes, 7 enemy ships have come and done very much damage, and they have set fire to my cities and caused great destruction in the land. He doesn't know it yet, but the city he's writing from will not exist in the morning. The tablet will be baked hard, preserved, by the fire that kills him. His panic will survive him by 3,200 years. He was waiting for help that was never going to come. Because the empire he was writing to, it was already gone. So who were the Sea Peoples? Every time we think we know, the answer gets stranger. Here's what the archaeology actually shows. Recent pollen analysis from lake sediment cores across the entire eastern Mediterranean, this is 2013, 2019, 2022 research, reveals something extraordinary. In every single region that collapsed, there is evidence of a catastrophic drought beginning around 1200 BC. Not a bad year. A century-long collapse in rainfall. Crops failed, systematically, everywhere. And here is the detail that will not leave you. At Ugarit, archaeologists found the grain storage pits empty, but not looted, empty in a different way. The grain had been rationed, down to the last handful. Someone had been counting grains individually, trying to make it last. The Sea Peoples weren't an empire. They were the refugees. Climate collapse triggered mass migration, which triggered invasion, which triggered the breakdown of the trade networks, which triggered more famine. A cascade. Not a single cause. A cascade. But even that doesn't explain the most disturbing part. Why did the survivors never rebuild? Ugarit burns in a single night. Our scribe, if he survived the first hour, would have seen something no one in his civilization had ever prepared for. The palace archives, the diplomatic quarter, the great merchant houses where his family had traded for generations. Gone. Not plundered. Burned. Simultaneously, within archaeological margin of error, the Mycenaean palace at Tiryns burns. The palace at Pylos burns. The Hittite capital of Hadassa is abandoned and never reoccupied. Egypt barely survives, and when it does, it is a shadow. Writing systems disappear. Linear B vanishes. Greece enters a 400-year dark age. They will forget how to write. The scribe's entire civilization, his entire understanding of how the world works, erases itself in his lifetime while he watches. The Bronze Age never came back. The world that replaced it was fundamentally, permanently different. And no one decided that. It just happened. The Bronze Age collapse was the first recorded collapse of a globalized system. Not a war, not a single empire falling. An entire interconnected network. Trade routes, diplomatic relationships, supply chains, collapsing simultaneously because every node depended on every other node. Remove one, and the others follow. The leading historian of the collapse, Eric Klein, calls it a perfect storm. Climate, migration, systems failure, drought, all at once. No one planned it, no one could stop it, and no one, not a single surviving civilization, saw it coming until the ships were already burning in the harbor. We live in the most interconnected civilization in human history. The scribe's tablet is in the Louvre. The letter inside is still sealed. His question never got an answer. I wonder if ours will.